Power is a game and not everyone plays fair.
But which of Robert Greene's 48 laws of power are the most ruthless and controversial? Today, we break them down. Welcome back to today's video, where we'll be talking about the most controversial laws in the 48 Laws of Power. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene is one of the most debated books ever written. Some call it a masterpiece on strategy, while others say it promotes manipulation and deceit. How do you see it? Well, among the 48 laws, we have the ones that stand out as the most controversial, like the ones that. So let's break them down. Starting with Law 7. Law 7 says, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Well, it works. It works. But then, how would you feel if you were in the position of the person who did the work while another person is taking the credit? How would you feel if you were in that position? The law is all about leveraging the work of others to your own advantage. What it suggests that instead of doing everything yourself, you should find ways to make others do it for you, make others contribute to it, while you take the credit and reap the rewards. Why is this controversial? Well, it can be seen as exploitation. Imagine working hard on something only for someone else to take all the recognition. It is common in workplaces, though, where bosses take the credit for employees' ideas, and some argue that it is smart delegation. Of course, there are some work, there are some jobs that requires you to delegate, that requires smart delegation. But then, why other call it outright theft? I feel credit should be given to whom credit is due in most cases. So let's give real life examples of this. I'm very sure every one of us can relate to this. Like, it's something that is happening all around us. It doesn't even have to be at your workplace, because even I feel even in your family, at home, that's what I'm trying to say, at home it happens that way also. I don't know, but if you have siblings like my siblings, it can happen. Though there is no way they'll work and you tell daddy or mommy that you're the one that did the work. No way. But real life examples, we have the history of Thomas Edison versus Nikola Tesla here as an example. Edison, the famous inventor, had a team of researchers who worked on various projects, yet he took credit for many of their innovations. Tesla, on the other hand, was the real genius behind many of the electrical breakthroughs but got less recognition. And then we have in the corporate world, in big companies, many CEOs take credit for the work of their employees, even if they didn't actually contribute directly, which is true. So the second law we have here is Law 15, which says crush your enemy totally. Well, to me, I like this law because why would you crush your enemy halfway? Whatever you start, just finish it, especially when it comes to your enemies. All else, when they come back for you, you will not like it at all, because they are going to break you, they will crush you, they will grind you. Okay, so this law advises that when dealing with enemies, you must eliminate them completely. If you leave them with any chance to recover, they might come back stronger and destroy you. Yes, there's this movie I watched. I watched it with my aunt some times ago. I think it's Three Sisters or Partners in Crime or something. It's not Yoruba. It's a Yoruba movie, and then they wanted to kill. No, actually, the plan was to subdue their father. Their father was someone that was stressing them. It didn't give them any freedom. It didn't make them like. Let me just say it puts them in bondage, because it literally did not allow them to live their life. So the three ladies, the three daughters, they planned, okay, what can we do to subdue that, to make us live our lives? We want to go out, have fun, do this and that. So they decided to put poison in his food that will paralyze him. When you put the poison in the food, I guess it wasn't working the way it was supposed to work. And in a bid to silence him, they put a pillow on his face, trying to muffle his screams and everything. So in the course of that, he almost lost his life, and some of them were shouting, "No, don't kill him!" Why the other was like, "Kill him, kill him, kill him!" Like, I'm like, in that kind of scenario, I don't know. I feel your parents is not your enemy, right? And I feel like they shouldn't have killed the man. They shouldn't have, because No, it was brutal, and I can't even imagine it. Like daughters killing their father, like, but they did. They crushed him totally. And looking at it, one was right, the other was wrong. Because if they had left that man alone, trust me, oh God, I can't imagine the sufferness that would have happened to them. So why is this law controversial? It promotes total domination instead of reconciliation or compromise. It raises ethical concerns. Should we always destroy our opponents, or is there a better way? The next point says, in today's world, this can be seen as overly aggressive and even immoral. Yes, it can be seen like that. But when you find yourself in that situation already, please don't do half job. Don't do half job. I don't know. I just feel like it's just like you and someone you're fighting. Let's say there is a combat contest between you and your opponent, and it's a kill or be killed. So why will you have killed the person? Because you know that when he comes back, he's coming back for you greater and stronger and better and more fiercer and more, I don't know what adjective to use to qualify it anymore, because you won't even be able to wait to see what to do. So let's use real life examples. The real life examples we have here, we have Julius Caesar and the Roman Empire. As an example, Caesar crushed all his political rivals to ensure they never had the chance to rise against him. However, his enemies didn't disappear completely. His brutal tactics eventually led to his assassination. And business examples, some companies destroyed their competition through lawsuits, aggressive marketing, or even buying them out just to shut them down. E.g., Facebook acquiring Instagram and WhatsApp to eliminate competition. You did the work. So, Law 33, that's the next law that is the most controversial. We have discover each man's storm screw, which is this law is about finding people's weaknesses and using them to manipulate or control them. That's bad. To me, it's bad. It's just like your friend telling you their secrets, and then what later on you start using it against them. The thumb screw refers to an old torture device that forced people to talk. Greene suggests that if you can find someone's weak spot, whether it is fear, desire, or insecurity, you can influence them. Why is it controversial? It promotes emotional and psychological manipulation. Well, to me, this law, there are some places where you have no choice but to use it. When you are, they say everything is fair in law and in they say everything is fair in war and love. When you are in war, you use every weapon that you have against your opponent, right? So I don't know. Should we say this is controversial? No, so we can just leave it like that. And then I said it can be seen as unethical, especially in personal relationships. Yes, in personal relationships, it is unethical, and I do not encourage it. Do not use your best friend's secret against them. Don't do that. That's low. So, and business dealings. Some argue it is necessary skill for leadership, while others say it's just plain dirty. Then we have the real life examples here. Politicians and public figures. Many political campaigns use this strategy by digging up dirt on opponents or playing on people's emotions to gain votes. This it is controversial, but this is not totally wiped out. Once it is not personal, you should know when you are in war, it is nothing personal. It's you just have to do what you have to do to get what you want at that moment. You either win or lose. So skilled negotiators often figure out what the other party wants the most and use it as leverage. Everything is still fair in war. As long as you're not killing. Law 41, we have avoid stepping into a great man's shoe. The explanation of that law, if you replace someone who was highly successful, you will always be compared to them. Instead of following their path, this law suggests creating your own identities to stand out. So why is it controversial? Some argue that honoring tradition and learning from great predecessors is better than trying to start from scratch. I feel it all depends on the person. This all depends on the personality of the person. Some people do not mind taking up where someone left it off from, and some people just want to create their own identity. They want to be known for something, for their own uniqueness. So I don't know. But others believe that blindly following in someone's footsteps can limit your growth and originality, of course. Real life examples, we have Steve versus Tim Cook. After Steve passed away, Tim Cook became Apple's CEO. Many people constantly compare him to Jobs, saying Apple has lost its innovation. Cook has had to find his own leadership style to escape Jobs' shadow. Presidents and leaders, that's another real life example. Every new leader is compared to the previous one. If they try to do things exactly the same way, they risk being seen as a weak copy, of course. So now, law 48, assume formlessness. The explanation of this law suggests that to survive and stay powerful, you must never become too predictable or attached to one identity. Instead, you should be adaptable, like water that changes shape depending on the container. Why is it controversial? Some say this law promotes deception. If you constantly change, how can people trust you? Others argue it's just being strategic and staying relevant in the changing world. It raises the question, should you stay true to yourself or always evolve to fit in situation? Real life example, we have politicians as an example, and we have business leaders as an example. Many politicians change their stance on issues depending on what the public wants to hear. Well, my take on this is even if they change their stance, they know what they want. It's just more like strategy, give people what they want, but they still know what they want. Like they still know what they stand for. Then business leaders, successful entrepreneurs often shift their approach based on market trends. For example, Elon Musk's move from electric cars, which is Tesla, to space exploration, which is SpaceX, to social media, which is Twitter. In conclusion, these laws are powerful, but they come with serious ethical concerns. Some people follow them ruthlessly and succeed, while others believe in a more ethical approach to power. Tell me what more ethical approach to power do you have if it's not to crush your enemies totally? I'm just kidding. Yo, I'm kidding. What do you think? What do you think? Are these laws necessary for success or do they cross the line? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more insights and deep dives into power, strategy, and influence. Because this book here, I'm not done with it yet. We are going to show it, we are going to crush it, and we are going to grind it all together. So see you all at our next reading. Be good. Take care of yourself. Bye.